how long are we going to?
And you're like me. Yeah.
Like I just want to. I don't want to consult on everything, right?
Yeah, I'll make some weird travel decisions that, like, if I was with pretty much anyone, they'd probably be like, no, why would we do that?
I do a lot of group riding.
It's nice.
I spend a lot more time
for a short trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, last year I went from Vancouver down to Halifax. I wasn't allowed to go here, so I flew back to Charlottetown to finish what I started last year. Yeah.
Where are you from? BC Alps.
Yeah, from Vancouver, a little town called Comox. Yeah. Have you been out that way?
No, never.
No.
How many K do you do a day?
Depends on the day. Now that since I've started this again, I'm only 7 days in Charlottetown, and I'm only doing like 50 to 90 through the hills here. Once I was fully in like good cycling shape last year, I'd average like 100, sometimes 120 or 140, 50, 60.
I'm sorry.
Some days were less.
You'd be surprised how
I'm heading
comfortable
into
I
the
feel
80
after a
zone,
while.
okay? This would not work.
Oh, I'm telling you, these leather
I-
seats, they form to the shape of your bike.
I have
Yeah,
more- I
that's
have
the
more-
form of my
I
buttocks.
have more thumb problems on my motorcycle than I do.
Have
I'll
you done-
tell you what, I got a pair of shorts in the back type thing
With the padded?
with the gel in it that you guys wear.
Well, yeah, most cyclists
I
will
can't
wear
wear
padded
it.
shorts.
I
can't wear the gel. I just
Well, these are just normal shorts. I just,
Yeah,
yeah, I
me
just
too.
rock
leather
them.
after a while just shades to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so
You've done some touring too?
no, I'm not. But I do bike rides.
Oh, yeah.
I do on average 50, 60 K a day just to bike.
Oh, you do? Just
Bike.
because you like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We've
Yeah,
been
no,
on
like-
some runs that like we've done 300 K in 2 days.
Okay.
Right.
With a bit of gear on, or you
Not
just
a
like
lot, no.
credit card touring?
No. Some when we go on those rides,
Yeah.
everything goes on the bike.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're not using the pannier bags like you have because it's only for like 3-4 days.
What do you use, like the seat post?
Yeah, the seat post.
Yeah.
The seat post, the one up front, like you
The
have
handlebar
here.
bag and then a frame bag, or
I got a frame bag that mounts here
yeah.
and water.
Well, if you
bag.
got a nice lightweight setup, then you don't have that drag that these panniers add, right? Like,
Yeah.
I have so much extra wind resistance that I just have to punch through. That you wouldn't have to have that. So slow and steady on this thing. 'Cause-
Yeah, well, Suffin, a friend of mine, we bike together, and
You get into traffic,
she's quite able to keep up and all the rest.
go
Yeah.
around the toll highway, Highway 30. As soon as I
I'm
get
trying to get her to do some more road stuff. I'm doing road stuff, up and downhill,
stop and go for an hour.
like in the valleys,
Oh,
Yeah.
no, this
all
is
through farmland.
Which part are you talking about? Like, where are
In around Truro for some of the farmlands.
you? Oh, okay. Sure. Next door.
Down in the valley, like in Annapolis Valley.
Yeah.
And we've gone to like Inverness, all those.
an hour outside of
Yeah.
We don't like being on the road simply because
So,
she doesn't really like being on the road.
With the traffic.
Yeah.
You get pretty used to it, but I understand why you wouldn't want to be dancing around all the traffic, especially the big trucks and stuff like that. It can be intimidating.
Yeah. I find people that drive all the time on the highways
Yeah.
are really, really courteous.
Oh yeah, I find it as well. They just look intimidating, right? Like this
Yeah.
big things comes up, and even if they give you space, sometimes those trucks give you a
I find
good
in
push.
cities are bad.
Oh yeah.
They don't realize that bikes, like you go to Europe, pedal bike or motorcycle, go right up in front of everybody, zigzag in and out between them. You'll never hear a horn blow, nothing. You can cycle around so that they know where you are.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
Have you gone out to Europe and done some cycling too, or just like casually, like
Yeah.
you're out there, so you
Yeah.
get a bike and ride around a bit?
I
We
just
want-
pulled off.
The goal is to do Amsterdam, go to Amsterdam, where all the bikes are.
Yeah.
And I'd like to go to Norway and different places.
Too many cars now. And,
Well, it's a beautiful place. I haven't cycled there, but this is the first time I did a big touring trip, so this is my first endeavor really
Well,
on the bike.
last year was your big endeavor, the start of it.
Yeah,
You're finishing it
I
now.
was
finishing it now because I hate leaving things incomplete. Like the whole time I'm like, I'm going to St. John's, I'm going to St. John's, and then I get to Nova Scotia and like, you're not allowed to Newfoundland, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Heartburn.
That must have been,
There's a motel in town.
what was that, in June maybe?
so I rode from June to September across, yeah, and
And they wouldn't let you in September?
no, only Atlantic Canadian residents were allowed. Yeah, and I was kind of annoyed because, like, as far as I saw it, like by that point, I'd be in Atlantic Canada for several weeks. So what makes me different from a resident that lives there?
Exactly.
So I'm like, I want to finish this, and I feel like I'm the same as you.
So did you talk? Did you talk to border people?
Yeah, I even called a lawyer once because I'm like, this is unconstitutional. Yeah, but they would not let me. So the only way I could have bought my way in by buying essentially property. They just started letting people in that owned like a house or something like that in Newfoundland, and I'm like,
Wow.
I'm gonna buy a house so I can finish my bike touring.
Well, basically back then, in that length of time, there was virtually no cases of it.
Well, yeah, they fully isolated, so there were no cases, and I guess that was the reason there was no cases. They didn't let anyone there.
No. They had all of the cases in Newfoundland came from.
Oh, because they could still fly in and out. Yeah.
They could still fly in and out, and they weren't isolated.
Yeah. And yeah, there's a lot of people from Newfoundland that fly all over for work. Like, I have family out in Alberta, like Grand Prairie and stuff. Lots of Newfoundlanders out there.
But the point is, all of that work is finished. If you're gonna do this during a pandemic, then you're saying if you want to go to work in Alberta or anywhere for that matter, like all the oil companies back home, when you were doing rotational turnarounds wherever you were doing the work, you stopped.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed to do it
Yeah.
because the oil companies didn't want the responsibility of you transmitting, whether it's bringing it back to Dubai or bring it in from Dubai to exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they said, this is it, no more. You leave, you're finished. And that was the right way to do it. New Zealand did the exact same.
Yeah.
You still, my daughter's partner, he's from New Zealand. He still can't get back to Ireland.
Really? Yeah, like I travel for work most of the time, and I was in Europe when everything started happening, and I had to fly home. Government of Canada issued a global travel advisor being like, if you're not in Canada, you should get back here because we can't help you once they shut down flights. So I was in Kosovo, of all places.
Well, my daughter lived in Scotland for almost 6 years.
Yeah.
That's where she met her partner. He's from New Zealand.
Yeah.
They just got locked down. We don't know what lockdown was here in Canada. Not the way they did it.
Well, yeah, I heard from New Zealand and Australia as well. Like it was like you couldn't go out